Welcome to A2 lesson 37, where we're going to be looking at phrasal verbs. And in phrasal verbs, we shall see what is transitive and what is intransitive, separable and inseparable phrasal verb. These separable and inseparable, they are subclass of transitive phrasal verb. Simply the two classes that we have which are main are transitive and intransitive phrasal verb. And in transitive phrasal verb, that's where we have separable transitive and inseparable transitive. Let's see what is a phrasal verb first of all. A phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition or a verb plus adverb. Simply, it is a verb plus preposition or adverb. It could also be both two things, verb plus preposition plus adverb, like that. The meaning is often different from the meaning of verb alone. The meaning of a phrasal verb is different from the meaning of verb alone. You see here we have turn on, look after, get up, pick up, look for. The meaning of look for is different from the meaning of look. Just as simple as that. That's what we call phrasal verb. Meaning, like when you say look for, the meaning is totally different from the meaning of verb look. Get up is different from the meaning of get. The meaning changes. When I say look, I mean like use your eyes. But when I say look for, means search. When I say look after, I just want you to take care of. And let's see the two big groups of phrasal verbs, the main classes of phrasal verb. Intransitive phrasal verb is the first. Intransitive phrasal verb, they do not need an object. Just they are enough. Those phrasal verbs are enough on their own. She woke up at 7. They broke up. The plane took off. I don't need to add an object. Here I have subject, just verb. Subject, verb. I don't need an object. But when I say transitive phrasal verbs, transitive phrasal verb, they need an object. For them to be clear and understandable, they just need to have an object. For example, I can say turn on the light, pick up the phone, look after the baby. You just have to add something like an object for it to make more sense. The first one, let me use a pen. Alright. The first one, if you look, I have a subject and the verb, just as simple as that, and I don't need to add any other thing. And the same goes with the second example. Also in the second example, the same happens. I just have a subject and I have just the phrasal verb, broke up. Let me put it in the circle. Phrasal verb, just like that, and it's clear. Here we also have the subject and I have the phrasal verb. I don't need to add an object to be clear. But here I have a phrasal verb, turn on, then I need to put an object no matter what. I say, for example, pick up as a phrasal verb, then I add the object. I have a phrasal verb, look after, and I have the object. Simply, when I say turn on, you will ask me, turn on what? Do you mean a phone? Do you mean a computer? Do you mean a light? Do you mean a torch? You will ask me, turn on what? Or turn off. Turn off what? Pick up. What should I pick up? The phone? The stone? You just need to be specific and you have to add an object for a transitive phrasal verb to be clearly understood. Let's start now with intransitive, the first class of the first group of phrasal verbs, which is the intransitive. In intransitive, they cannot have an object. The action is complete by itself. The action is complete. When I say get up, it is complete. Sit down, get out, come back, grow up. The action is complete by itself. It doesn't need an object to be understood. I can say, for example, she got up early, but I can never say she got up the bed. No. Why? Because got up is a phrasal verb which is intransitive. I don't need an object here. She got up the bed, it becomes very, very wrong because you are adding an object to intransitive phrasal verb, which is very wrong. How about the transitive phrasal verb? When I say transitive phrasal verb, what do I mean? These always need an object. For them, they need just to have an object. No matter what, you just need to add object there for it to be clearly understood. Turn off the TV, look for my keys, pick up the pen, give back the book, put on your jacket. I have to add an object to be clear. He turned off the TV. Yes, that's correct because I have put an object, but I cannot say he turned off. You will ask me, he turned off? He turned off what? You won't be able to understand what he turned off. That's why I say that transitive phrasal verb, they always require you to add an object for them to be complete. The action is not complete without the object. Let's go now. Transitive verb have two other categories. The one is separable and the other is inseparable. Let's start. Separable phrasal verb. They need the object can go between the verbs and the particle. Remember, I told you the parts of the phrasal verb. What do we have in the parts? We have verb. Remember, I said that it's a verb plus what? Plus preposition. You take a verb, you add preposition, or you add an adverb. Just as simple as this. You just have to take a verb plus preposition or verb plus adverb. Remember that was the first thing I told you. And this part here of the preposition, all the part of the adverb is what I call the particle part. It's called the particle. So whenever I say particle, understand it, I'm talking about the additional thing to the verb, to the original verb. What do we add to the original verb? Is what we call the particle. So separable phrasal verb, that object, remember I said that transitive, they need an object to be clear. So that object can go between the verb and particle. Like here we have turn on the computer. Let me also try to take a mark on that. You see, this is a phrasal verb, first of all, transitive phrasal verb. Then they need an object which is the computer. Turn on what? The computer. Then what I'm saying, that separable, we can put this object in the middle of the phrasal verb, in the middle of the verb, and also the particle. We can put the object in the middle, and then it's okay to do that. Verb, particle, then we put in the middle the object. But when we go into the inseparable phrasal verb, the object must come after the whole phrasal verb. We can never separate the verb with its particle. The particle and the verb, they stay together. They are not separated. For example, if I say look after the children, when I say look after, this is a phrasal verb, look after. Then we have object, which is the children. Look after the children. You see that? I cannot I cannot say that I can put the object in the middle of the phrasal verb. This is very wrong. Does not happen. Just have to keep the verb with its particle together. You can't separate them. That's what we call transitive inseparable phrasal verb. What happens when we go into first class, which is the separable phrasal verb? This verb can separate. You remember, you can put an object in the middle. That's okay. Turn on, turn it on, pick up, pick it up, throw away, throw it away, put on, I can say put it on, take off, take it off, write down, write it down. When the object is a pronoun, remember subject pronouns, object pronouns, remember that. When the object is an object pronoun, you must separate. When we have object pronoun like me, it, him, her, it's me, it, her, them. What else? What other object pronoun do we have? What did I miss out? Us. Okay, I forgot on us. And the last one will come on him. Yeah, him. I had forgot he. Him. When we have those object pronouns, use them, put the object pronoun in the middle. Don't put it at the end. Don't put it at the end when it is an object pronoun. I can say turn it on because this is an object pronoun. I put in the middle. But if I put the object pronoun here at the end, it is very wrong. Very, very wrong. Never do that. When we go into the inseparable phrasal verb, inseparable, these verbs cannot separate. You can never separate these verbs. They always stay together like this. The verb and the particle stay together, and then you put an object at the end. Look after, look for, look into, run into, get over, get on, take after. Like that. She is looking after the baby. That's correct. But I can say she is looking the baby after. Never do that. That's a very, very huge mistake. Let's see a summary table. When you say intransitive, they don't need an object and they cannot separate. Intransitive, the action is complete by itself. They don't need an object and you can't separate it because there is no need of an object. There is no need of separating it. She woke up, that's clear. Woke up can never be separated. Get up, get out. That can't be separated and there is no need of putting an object. And transitive separable. Remember, transitive simply has two classes, as I said. You have transitive separable, transitive inseparable. So the first one, which is transitive separable, needs an object. For the action to be understood, then there is a need of an object. And you can even separate it. You can put the object in the middle or even at the end. But when the object is pronoun, it should be in the middle. Don't put it at the end. Now, transitive inseparable. They need an object because when it is alone, it is not clear and it is not understandable. They need an object. And again, you cannot separate inseparable transitive phrasal verb. You can't separate it. Example, she looks after her sister. This is an object, her sister. This is a phrasal verb. You can't put her sister in the middle here. That can't work. See common phrasal verb list. Separable phrasal verbs. We have turn on, turn off, pick up, put on, take off, throw away, write down. And the inseparable transitive verb, we have look after, look for, look into, get over, run into, take after, get on with someone. Remember when we learned the different uses of get, we understood that we can use it as a phrasal verb to have a good relationship with someone, say to get on or to get along. We have the intransitive phrasal verb example of the verbs that we can have: wake up, get up, sit down, get out, come back, break up. In this case, they don't need an object. Here you're going to identify the type. You're going to tell me if this is a separable. S is for separable, IS is for the inseparable, I is for the intransitive. Remember, when I say separable and separable, they are classified as transitive phrasal verb. The two main types that we have are transitive and intransitive. So when you say transitive separable, means like they need an object, but again, you can put the object in the middle of the verb and the particle. And when I say transitive inseparable, means like they need an object, but you can't put the object in the middle of the verb and the particle. You just put it at the end of the phrasal verb. Wake up, look after, turn off, get along, pick up, run into, get up, put on. You're going to identify the type and say if it is separable or inseparable, just like that, or if it is intransitive. And here you're going to complete the sentence. You have different phrasal verb list, phrasal verbs to pick from. Then you're just going to fill in here. She always dash dash at 6 a.m. Please dash dash your jacket. It is cold. Can you dash dash the light? He will dash dash the children tonight. I need time to dash dash this bad news. Can you dash dash the phone? Here you're going to choose the correct form. Choose the correct form from the given. Of course, like they are wrong, then what you're going to do, we're just going to correct it and put them in the right order. If it was separated and it wasn't supposed to be separated, correct that. If the phrasal verb was used in a wrong way, just use it in the right way. If it is correct, just say it is correct. She looked the baby after. Turn it off. He is looking for his keys. Pick the book up. She got up the table. I will look into the problem. If the sentence is correct, just state it as correct. If it is wrong, just correct it. Let's do this mini quiz. You're just going to say if it is separable or inseparable or intransitive. Look after, turn on, and here you're going to choose which one is correct. We have turn the TV off, turn off the TV. You're going to say if this is the best, if this is the best, or if both are correct. Which one is intransitive among the given verbs? Intransitive. Remember, intransitive, they do what? They don't need an object. Get over, wake up, look into. Which one is intransitive? Here, we're going to choose the correct sentence. Pick up it, pick it up. Just choose the right one. Ciao, ciao.